raindrops keep falling on my head, just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Hey, hello and welcome to the Man Cave here at Wistful Vistas in beautiful suburban San Diego, California. I say beautiful because it's going to depend upon your definition of the term beauty, because today is pretty darn cool. Yes, it is. And by the way, it's raining. So we're confined, and it's going to be raining. It rained last week. We had a couple of days of sunshine, and it's going to be raining for most of the rest of this week. It has been a wet start to the year, so don't believe all that Chamber of Commerce hype. But so it's kind of kept me off the bike, what with other things, off both bikes as a matter of fact. But so that means we're going to have to do a couple of in-garage vlogs, and I thought what better way to break the ice than to do a couple of unboxing and product openings. Let's try that. We're going to start first with a motorcycle helmet. Can you believe I needed a new motorcycle helmet? Stand by. You'll be intrigued. Don't know if it helps or not. Okay, okay, let's start again. Okay, as mentioned, we just came off of our intro, our patented intro, and as mentioned, we're going to unbox a motorcycle helmet today. Now, you might look at these and say, Gary, do you need another motorcycle helmet? And if you said need and really meant it, no, I don't need another motorcycle helmet. But I did have to replace one. I gave one to a friend recently, and I wanted to replace that with another, let's call it an everyday vlogging helmet, because I have some very nice helmets like this. I don't know if it shows up on the video or not, but like that AGV, and I wanted a helmet that I could vlog right and vlog in and not have to worry about. So I went to that well-known store called Cyclegear / Revzilla. So let's talk about this for a moment. Alley-oop. Sedici. And it's spelled a little different. Sedici, S-E-I-D-I-C-I, would be 16 in Italian, I believe. So somewhere out there in Revzilla land or Cycle World, Cyclegear land, tell me why you went with Sedici instead of Sedici. But anyhow, there are two levels of gear that are private label brands that are sold through the Cyclegear and Revzilla franchises. The better of the two, the higher quality of the two, is Sedici, and then the secondary level, a little more accessible, a little more affordable, is Bilt, B-I-L-T. Nice, clever names. And the price point, even for the Sedici, is actually very affordable and very good. So why did I buy this particular helmet? Well, I had loaned my other helmet, or actually gave it away to a friend. Pay it forward, folks, because he'd had an issue with his helmet. Let's call it a crash. Let's get right to the point. And I wanted a replacement, and I've had my eye on a replacement for a while. And we all know through the Christmas season, various sales happen. So there was just an irresistible sale that took place. And what I got, let's toss that down, boom, voila, the Sedici full matte carbon motorcycle helmet. Boy, this thing is a beauty too. I love the matte finish. It's full carbon fiber, very, very lightweight. And yet the price point isn't going to keep me from hanging things like a GoPro mount on the front end of it and a comms unit on the side of it, which is sometimes you kind of worry about that when you get a higher quality helmet. Do you want to mark it up with a bunch of junk that you hang off the side of it? So we're going, in this case, with the Sedici, not Sedici, full matte carbon helmet. This one is very, very nice, and as I say, really lightweight. So I don't know how it'll show up. I'm using the GoPro 11, Will it show up well in close-up or not? I'm not sure, but we'll reconfigure here and take a closer look at the interior and weight, etc. So that's it. Unboxed Sedici matte carbon fiber. Mark II, by the way, this is a second generation motorcycle helmet. Beautiful, I think you'll agree. Boom. Okay, why would you buy a product from Revzilla or Cyclegear? Now, Cyclegear was acquired by Revzilla a couple, 3 years ago. I'm not exactly sure. Someone could educate me on that, but there are reasons to make that choice. Now, Cyclegear has storefronts all across America. Revzilla, and perhaps in Canada, I'm not sure about that, but all across America, Cyclegear. Revzilla has one storefront, although I think they've just opened a second. Got one storefront in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and then they may have just opened one in Newport Beach, California. I'll check that out, which is right up the road here from where I'm at in San Diego. Now, due to the quirks of our internet and taxation system, if I order a product on the internet that is delivered to me from out of state, I don't pay state taxes on that product. And California state taxes are expensive, and it can make the difference of $30, $40 on a $300 item. So in this particular instance, I chose to go with Revzilla in Philadelphia as the location that I would purchase the helmet in order to save the state taxes. Now I'm going to go back to a warning that I always talk about when purchasing helmets, and that is, I think there are certain pieces of gear that you really need to try on to make sure they fit right, and buying them via the internet across country can be a bit of a gamble. So in this case, sorry folks, but I did what a lot of consumers do. I trundled down to my friendly Cyclegear in San Diego, California, and I tried on these helmets, found the one that fit, said thank you very much. I might have bought something there, maybe a lollipop. Not sure, nothing like a helmet. And then I came home and I ordered it from Revzilla, which saved me the aforementioned $30 or $40 in sales taxes. So that's why you would buy it, at least in California and in a lot of the USA. That's why you would buy it from out of state as opposed to locally, with the caveat, like I always say, really important piece of gear like a motorcycle helmet. Try before you buy. Make sure that sucker fits. Okay, let's get a little bit closer look at this thing, if I can clear out a space in the man cave here, and get a little bit of an idea of how I'm going to set it up. Anyway, so far, very happy with it. So we've unboxed this Sedici Strata 2 matte carbon brand new helmet. Let's see what we get with our weight. Let's fire up the, go down there, put it at get it to 0, and let's just see what it weighs. So I was wrong about that. Depending, I guess, on how you place it, you have to put it right in the center of the scale, but I didn't see there's a decimal mark there. That's 3 pounds and somewhere between 1.1 and 1.2 ounces. That's pretty lightweight. That's not too bad. Let's move along. Take it off of there. So in terms of size in motorcycle helmets, I'm kind of in a weird spot. I have a big head, and that's just not because I'm just so proud, but it's a relatively large dimension. And it falls between, depending upon the brand, it falls between a large and an extra large. And for me, the subtlety there is getting the fit right. And there have been several times I've had to buy a large helmet and then get wider cheek pads to get that down, or bought an extra large helmet and then get thinner cheek pads, or whatever way that goes, to get it to fit out right. But as I've said before, I really don't think you should get something like a motorcycle helmet without really trying it on in the store. It's just too expensive and too critical of a piece of gear. So let's pop it on the old noggin here. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but it's nice and snug. I like the way the cheek pads fit underneath there, and it's gonna wear in nicely. Don't know if this is gonna make it down to the microphone or not. Let me pop the let's pop the top there and get those other things out of the way. Now, the other nice thing about this helmet is a touring helmet. It feels very light on the head, and you've got a drop-down sun visor. So I'm going to repeat that little try-on that I did with the helmet on, because I'm not sure how the audio worked out to my lapel mic here. That make nice noise for you? So just to go over it again, hopefully in a more clear, audible fashion, I like the chin curtain, and I like these cheek curtains. They came down, close around your face nicely. I think it's going to be a very quiet helmet. It has 3 active vents, one at the front of the helmet there and 2 on the other side of the crown. The holes look to be pretty generous, which is going to be very helpful here in San Diego. There's a passive flow-through vent on the back, which also kind of gives the helmet a nice profile. I think you could open those vents with gloves on. The center visor is nice. Again, once with gloves, you just go to the center, and it's not really detented. You go all the way up like that. Yeah, I guess there's a mid setting there, and then you go all the way open. The other nice feature for our sunny shores here in San Diego is this drop-down sun visor. Now, some manufacturers sell a visor. I keep making the noise there. Some manufacturers sell these self-tinting visors, and I've got to say I really, really do like those. But in the cases where they're not available, or certainly at the price point that you can get this Sedici Strata 2 at, that may not be possible. And this is going to be very handy when you're riding into or out of the sun. So again, first impressions and the fit seem to be pretty nice. Liking it so far. In my case, I got a large.